The information contained within this video is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment in any manner. If you have any chronic or recurring conditions, please seek your doctor's advice before starting any new exercise program.
What the? How did I get here? I can't hold on much longer. I need to tell the viewers about the 3D knee plan. Ah!
Kevin. Hey yo, snap out of it.
Yo, completely out of it.
Yeah, like you were about to tell us all about the 3D knee plan and then you just left us on a bit of a cliffhanger there. Like you good?
I was tripping, man. I was out of it for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get the viewers what they want. Let's talk about the 3D knee plan, but let's get a little bit more comfortable first.
Okay.
All right, set up the set.
Okay. Hey everyone, and thank you for joining us on the 4th episode of the ACL Accords. My name is Eli Joseph.
And I'm Kevin Sun.
In our previous episode, we learned how to measure degrees of flexion and extension in both my good and bad knees. We also learned how to assess the range of motion in my ankles and my hips. For a little bit more context and a little bit more information about like my ACL surgery, therapy, and the previous surgeries I did have in addition to that one, please check out episodes 1 and 2. So Kevin, this 3D knee plan, give me the deets.
Yeah, so the 3D knee plan is going to focus first on helping you restore the mobility in those 3 joints that we talked about, the hip, knee, and ankle, but it's primarily going to focus on helping you build 3-dimensional strength.
3-dimensional strength, you say? What does that mean?
Basically, you just have to stop being so one-dimensional. We noticed that the majority of the exercises that you were doing were in one plane of motion, the sagittal plane. Most people are stuck in that plane of motion, but there are 2 other planes of motion that we need to focus on in order to get the results that we want and help reduce your rate of injury.
Could you explain to the audience what those 2 other planes of motion are?
Of course, let's go to the drawing board. So, let's start off with the sagittal plane, one that you're used to, right? We've got sagittal plane. Now, most of the movements, or all of the movements in this plane of motion, really happen in 2 directions. It's either forward and backward, and up and down, right? So you've got your squats, your deadlifts, the lunge, and the split squat. Right, just focusing on lower body here. But let's focus on the other 2 planes of motions we want to teach you, right? We've also got the frontal plane or the lateral plane of motion, right? These exercises get you moving side to side. So for example, you've got the lateral squat or the lateral lunge. Now, if you look at basketball, the game that you love so much, it's not just about going up and down, forward and backward. You also have to have some lateral quickness, some lateral strength. So we'll teach you it in this portion. Third, but not least, we've got the transverse plane, or AKA the rotational plane of movement. It's very important that we teach your body how to handle this type of motion because a majority of ACL tears happen when your knees rotate too quickly or too abruptly. All right, so got our little stick figure here. So now that we've got you and the viewers up to speed about the 3 planes of motion, let's talk more 3D knee plan specifics. Right? The entire plan is going to take approximately 9 months. The first cycle will take approximately 3 months. And this is where we're going to focus on introducing all 3 planes of motion into your exercise program and just getting your knee used to absorbing the impact and the stresses that accompany each plane of motion.
What comes next?
Glad you asked. So, after we spend the first 3 months laying down that foundation, we're going to focus on building a skyscraper as high as we can on top of it. Basically increasing your work capacity, your ability to lift more weights, and lift more frequently. After the second cycle, we're going to take all of the principles and all of the exercises that we learned and apply it to sports-specific training. We're going to get you back onto the basketball court and get your speed and vertical back.
I'm really excited to get started.
Me too, but enough talk, let's get to work.
Yo!